welcome back to Monster Train. Today's episode's coming to you at 12:30 a.m. Yeah, I'm having a busy week. I think I've talked about this already many times. It's not that bad, but like woke up, uh, did something. What did I do when I woke up? Oh, I woke up and I started working on one of my projects at a dentist appointment. Got back, worked on another project, and then another project, and then I've been doing midterm review. But I figured I can like I don't have to be super aware for doing midterm review or like writing out projects. Whereas if I'm very tired in this episode, it's gonna really impact the episode quality. Also, optionally, I might record two of these because my tomorrow is not looking much better. Two big projects due on Wednesday, and a midterm from 6 to 8, and a meeting at 9. So like, I'm busy, but I'll live is my feeling. Like, I don't know, whenever I'm going through times of like, wow, there's a lot piling up on me here, huh? Whenever I'm going through those times, it's always like, I don't know, 24 hours from now, I am going to be done, basically. Like, all of this work is going to be done, so I don't really need to worry about it right now. That's always been the philosophy I've taken. Like, all of the stuff that's stressing me out is going to be in the past 24 hours from now. So, there's not really a good reason to worry about it, I suppose, is how I've been feeling lately. However, it's also like, it's not a great way to look at it because then maybe I could fall into this, well, I don't have to do the work because it'll get done eventually. And it's like, you gotta be cautious. You gotta make sure that, like, some amount of stress is good because then you actually do what you're supposed to do. That's my feeling anyway. Alright, let me ask you a question. Let's get rolling. Today I want to talk about fire. I think I talked about it before. I'm sure I've mentioned it at least one point in time. However, I want to know how you feel about fire because I personally, and I'm really the only person that I know like this because of how many people in the world smoke, basically. Like almost everyone I know smokes at least some point in their life, but I really don't like fire. To the point where I only recently with lighting candles has kind of been like me progressing towards being able to go near fire and like put my hand over it and stuff. It really freaks me out. I wouldn't say freaks me out, but like I'm always very worried that I'm going to get burned. Even if I'm doing something like lighting a candle, if the candle's too far burned down, I have to use like a little stick. I have basically like a skewer that I keep on my desk, which I set on fire and use to light the candle and then put out. That's how I approach it, cause like I'm always worried about getting burned. It's always on my mind. But I don't really know anyone else who feels that way. Like I went to a friend's house a little while ago. They were visiting from out of town, and they were like, "Here, let's start this fire." And then they just took some wood and took a lighter and started putting the wood on fire. And I was like, "Yo, aren't you worried? You afraid you're gonna get burned?" And they're like, "Nah." Crazy to me. Could never. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? I was doing some analytics looking, by the way, and I saw that my original, like the first video in this series, the last Divinity series, had 7,000 views. It's crazy. Also like 11 months ago. Right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I just thought that was interesting. Exile Hellhorned, Exile Melting, Double Barrel Data was Rage Fell, Sap Sarah, Fortify Molded, Important Work. These are good starters. Important Work, Exile Hellhorned, Molded, Exile Hellhorned. I'm happy to play Imperialist probably is best here. Happy to play Vapor Funnel over Tempered Talisman. Tempered Talisman does absolutely nothing. I'm happy to play not Royalty. If there were ever a run for Royalty, it's not this one. I think you need to play her with Umbra because you need the option to hit. Because the problem with Royalty is she doesn't hit enough. And so with Umbra, I'm going to take this trial by the way. With Umbra you have Trample or Multi-Strikes or Furnace Tap. Both of which are passable. Yeah, I don't actually... I think that this is correct, yeah. And I don't think I want to play Train Steward because I don't want to get him in the pool. This wave doesn't hurt me at all. And by playing it like this, where I put the imps in front, I will preserve health on the queen for the boss. Which is all that I really feel any fear about here. 10, that's good. And I can just bring back imps as well. We have a bunch of primitive molds. We give ourselves more time to get it going here. Make this imp very big, very scary. Should be alright. Put one more imp in the pool and I take 0. This is leveraging Vapor Funnel primarily. I'd have to do more if I didn't have Vapor Funnel. But leveraging Vapor Funnel here is good. Definitely just going to bring back all of the imps. The 16-16 chumps that whole round. And then these ones just go wherever. Yeah. And I set this wave up, no problem. Honestly, a really nice fight overall. I feel like I played that one out pretty well, to be honest. I think I micromanaged my health bar really well. Now, in an unbelievable turn of events, blink your eyes twice at this one. The video game, in an imperialist run of Shardtail Queen, has shown me a welder helper. Hallelujah. I don't mind another molded. Wickless Baron is actually pretty sick here as well. Because he can go on the floor with the queen pretty comfortably and farm if I take space. Like, he'll get some big kills. Okay, and now here's a really interesting question. Horned Warrior, with a Wickless Baron on the infusion, is it worth it? I'm basically infusing, so I'm losing 3-3 in harvest overall, and I'm gaining 1 multi-strike. So let's do some basic math here. I also have the base stats of Horned Warrior to consider 15-2. It's not that good though, I'm not going to worry too much. At 10 harvest, let's think about it at 10 harvest first and foremost. At 10 harvest, Horned Warrior is going to be a 35 times 2, whereas at 10 harvest, a Wickless Baron is going to be a 55. Okay, so it does not take long for Wickless Baron's stats to catch up, so I think that I actually want to keep Wickless Baron. After doing a little more thinking, I think that Horned Warrior, I just have to see a multi-strike for Wickless Baron, and I think he's better. Although, there's a case to be made for Horned Warrior because number of hits is going to be questionable since I only have room for 1 unit on the floor. You could go back and forth on this for a while. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Thinking maybe it's not worth it to Endless the Welder Helper, but I think it is. He doesn't need Burnout 1 because we have Shardtail Queen Imperialist Path, though. Did a lot of thinking there to find very little out, I think, but you know. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't die? Oh, I thought she died there. Even better. It's a free trial because of Vapor Funnel. Vapor Funnel, pretty good in the early game, I gotta tell you. It is definitely doing its part. And then, yeah, 1 sacrifice on the, like 1 imp sacrifice is big money for the harvests. And now Baron can act as our relentless beater, and the Queen plus Welder Helper should do well enough. I'm gonna clear out the Train Stewards, and I'm going to look for multi-strike Wickless Baron, plus 1 space. Queen will have 2 imps to throw, which will do a nice little softening. Baron should hit twice, and we should be able to scale well enough. What a world, man. I will take Fledgling Imp, and that'll be a Fledgling Imp Welder Helper combo. I think Welder Weldered isn't really that good here. I'm good with Fledgling. Need a little more offense, I think. Don't need Molten Encasement. Don't need Purifying Cleanse. Can use Dripfall. I can say yeah to Dripfall. I'm happy to go right here. I don't need anything from the magic shop, really. In this economy? This is the game tempting me. I took a drink and a little piece of ice, and my teeth are very sensitive because they were clean today. And I had to... It took longer to explain what happened than the actual silence where I went, but regardless. I think, without a doubt, picking Big Sludge is a disaster. I'm sorry, Big Sludge. You're too big. Tell it like it is. I'm gonna do Baron into Baron right now. Give him that nice big scaling bump. And I think that generally speaking, I want to play on... Yeah, you know what? I will do this. I was back and forth. I'm gonna grab Spell Chain here. I think that generally speaking, we're going to want to play on the top floor so we have more time to get Baron started by throwing imps into the grinder. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Times 5? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What do I do? I mean, I actually think that I want to times 5 the important work. The problem with it is if I whiff the Welder Helper, it's extreme. Like, the Welder Helper is at the bottom, and this is very awkward. I'm willing to do a times 1 and not a times 5. How's that sound? That sounds reasonable, I think. A nice middle of the road times 1 important work. Done and dusted. Would I do the imp times 5? Probably not, to be honest. I think it's kind of bad. Yeah, so we're just gonna go settle ourselves in on the top floor and start farming harvests. Now, the biggest thing that this run is missing out on here is... Bear with me here, I have to click some important works. I have to click on some imps if you don't mind. Not a great sequence of draws. Alright. I mean, it's a lot of death, right? That's the big thing. My Baron scaling is going to be extremely good. My only concern is if I miss multi-strike. Or, I guess, something else that can happen, which actually I should think about playing Welder Helper for as a self-infuse, my imps might get sniped by the Divinity. Yeah, they totally will. That's an interesting issue, isn't it? My imps get sniped on the Divinity. I think I do need the self-infused Welder Helper, or else I don't get the imps, right? Huh, that's an interesting, because like it's gonna happen right here. And I think that the answer in this position is, and like it doesn't quite work, but well, you could do it. It's 23. I didn't even have to count. You could put the Welder Helper in front sometimes, but not here. I'm gonna get hit a little bit by the Forge Disciple. Count how much health Vapor Funnel has saved me on this run, though. So far, it's been like, well, that was 6. That was a lot to save me there as well. And I took 16 though. Like, sorry, Vapor Funnel has saved me a ton. Also, did not realize my microphone is pushed back a little bit. Apologize. No, you don't have to apologize. I apologize. Yeah, look at this Baron. 123, 121 on Daedalus. He's looking great. If I can give him a multi-strike, I am very confident in this run. If I whiff on multi-strike, I think this run's a little awkward. Impalate's good. Skip there. Space for sure. +1 space for imps is great. Would love to just see a multi-strike right here, to be honest. No matter what you show me, I'm gonna get rid of Train Steward though. He's very in the way. Would love to see a multi-strike. Oh no. Well, there's always next time. Next time for sure. I'm gonna go ahead here and give Wickless Baron a +25. Oh, I could just give Welder Helper a +25. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna play 2 of him. The extra armor might be better though. Duplicate self-infuse. Duplicate again though, that's all my duplicates. Oh, also I cannot duplicate self-infuse. Terrible news everyone. So yeah, I guess actually I will be putting plus 25 on the Welder Helper, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the fledgling in. Nah, you know what? I don't need to do this yet. I can wait. I got time. Onward. Buy more removals, get rid of the train stewards, but I don't want to. Multi-strike is also not great right now. I was gonna say I should put Baron. Actually, I think I should put Baron in front, right? No. No, I shouldn't. Because I want the queen to throw the imp first. That's gotta go first every time. I can get that collector. I'm committing a decent amount to getting the collector, but I do think it's worth it. I need to get some energy back to play something up here. Yeah. I think that collector's fine because I like money. Thank you for coming to my informative discussion about that collector. In fact, I do indeed like money. And my Welder Helper is looking a little late here, which is not good. But better late than never, as I always say. But also I would like that today and not yesterday is also what I say. So, you know, a little bit of mixed signaling, to be honest with you. There he is. Better late than never, just like I've always said. Okay, I just want to get all the imps in the reform pool, and then I can pull them out at random. I don't think it matters too much, though. Yeah, I'm gonna need more Welder Helpers, that's for sure. If there's one thing that's certain here, I need more Welder Helpers. I also need multi-strike. Those are the two certainties of this run. More Welder Helper, more multi-strike. Please and thank you. This would be a great run for Queen's Tail. This blocks 30 if I put them up front, and these guys are dead for sure. Yeah. A Relentless is great though. Baron's going to have a large amount of health because of his +5s and the number of units dying here thanks to the imps. It is just a problem of number of hits, like I said when we were looking at the Horde Warrior actually. So at the end of the day, if I lose this run, it might be I should have played Horde Warrior. It may be. We'll see though, we'll see. We got plenty of time. Plenty of magic shops left in the sea. However, I am a little scared. This deck actually doesn't do well if I throw a bunch of imps at it, because like, where do I put them all? At the same time, Imp in the Box is quality. It's better imps. Has a chance to transcend him. But I really don't think it's that good. I guess it's fine, because I can then bring the imps I get off of it back, and I can start to filter out Queen's Impling a little bit. Alright, Team Welder Helper's here, I'm sure of it. Or sorry, not Welder Helper. My third large stone is here, actually. Multi-strike. Dude, what is this? 3 large stone endlesses? Ooh. There's always next steel shop, everyone. On the bright side, I'm not really missing out on much because there is not really a spell upgrade that this deck needs. So, I have the luxury of hitting every one of these if I so desire. I mean, you know, I don't really desire, but this is our last temple, so I have to do my infusion here. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to remove 2 stewards. And then we'll probably look to remove 2 of the Queen's Implings. I know it makes Impalate a little weaker, but I picked up 2 more imps with Imp in a Box, so I'm not worried. I am not going to be disrespecting 75 packed shards. Tanks. Especially since I play Harvest here. Hey, Welder Helper right on time. This is neutral, right? Yeah, okay. I was about to skip that for some reason, like I couldn't play the imp afterwards. I can. I can play the imp. This collector, I have to admit, is gone. This is a collector that we all come to terms with the fact we're not killing him. This is a surprisingly tame version of this fight. Yeah, and this is where I have to make sure Queen's in front so that she can fling an imp into the sycophants. Yeah. Could do it on a fight-by-fight basis. I feel like I try to play video games by generalizing too much. Like, I can play these runs out fight by fight. It's not that big of a deal if I do so. Probably good, even, if I play it out a little fight by fight. This is where we go, man. I hope I get multi-strike soon. Don't get punished today. Thank you, molting imp. Oh, I do get punished today. Yep. Also why I couldn't take the trial. Because there's a decent chance that one infused tank gets through. Oh, no, he's not even infused, really. Nice. I am not going to fuck around, nor am I going to find out with this important one. I got this one in the bag. It's going to be a shame if this run doesn't see multi-strike. Usually I play the runs in a way where I'm okay if I don't see multi-strike, I feel. However, I don't think there's any way around it for the version of the run I'm playing here. Actually, you know what? I guess there is. Let's just see multi-strike, but if I miss multi-strike, we can do a little bit of finagling. I don't need March of Shields here. Mortal Entrapment. No. Alright. So, multi-strike. Here. For me. Cool. Alright. So, I don't have to initiate plan B or C. Plan B here was going to be I take space again and I play another Wickless Baron. Firestone Housing. I'm down for Firestone Housing. Because again, I don't really have anything I need from a magic shop here. I can always pop over to a little steel shoppy. Although, just go to this. Go to the duplicate on our right. I do want to pick up another Welder Helper Fledgling Imp. I'm going to be over on pack shards quite a bit. But I don't want quick on my Baron. Build a card. Damage heal buff. I actually think it's damage. Because I have armor and I have great hit scaling already. I think it's damage. Push, descend, ascend. Let me push. And +1 space. Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. What an interesting card. I've never done a build a card that looks like this. Deal 30 damage, push them to the back, +1 space on the floor. I don't think I've ever built that card before. Why did I take push? I'm mostly going to use it to push infused tanks out of the way on the Divinity so that I can hit actual enemies I care about and just take the damage. Hey. Until I play Imp in a box, that card doesn't do that much damage, Impolate. Wow, this turn 1, turn 2 is disgusting. I drew 0 imps on my first 2 turns. That's very bad. Now everything's okay, of course, but it was quite a setback. Spell's been firing up these enemies. Now we did draw Welder Helper, but like, ooh, buddy, that is quite a bit. Transcend him. Okay. I can work with this. I mean, it's not that hard to work with this, to be honest with you. Not particularly shocking what we're about to do here today. And then, with a little gratata, transcend him. I know I have an imp in the primitive mold, but the extra 10 damage that I'm going to get for it is meaningless. The one Queen's Impling that's already dead. Makes no difference to me, so I'm not going to bother with it. But now, and this is the big payout with this, and this is why we took Imp in the box actually, is because there was a chance to give us Transcendent. And if we get Transcendent, like if we get Transcendent from Fel, the run is over. I didn't really bother telling you that because I feel like that's reasonably implied. If we get Transcendent, we just win the game. Like, no doubt. But I feel like that's often the case on imp-based runs. Multi-strike is, also it's often the case with Exile, Hellhorned, Queen's Impling, endless shenanigans. Although it's a little late for that, to be honest. To be frank. I could have brought back Transcendent. It doesn't matter. I'm like 100% winning. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna save myself and you a little bit of time, and I'm going to press end turn since this fight is now guaranteed. And I'm going to do no more button pressing today. Other than the end turn button, I suppose. Done and done. Okay. No Transcendent. I just don't even bother asking for it, because I know it's too good to be true. I could take Alloy, but... But what? I should take Alloy. I don't need energy. Oh, pardon me. I don't need energy. But I don't need space. So, yeah. I'm going to click on draw. Surprise. Now we're gonna go over on pack shards in this run. Lost luggage is good. Draw imp turn 1 good. You can have 50 gold and then 10 health. Terrible. I do not want Fade's first blade. I have no use for it. I was hoping to get something like more informative for me here, but that's fine, I guess. When I say more informative, I mean I was hoping to get something that made me go, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Like that. But, alas. God, I really wish I could put intrinsic on units. I think that would be really cool. Every now and then we have a run like this where I go, man, wouldn't it be cool if my imp had intrinsic here? And then you go, yeah, that would be really cool. What a great idea, you're so smart and handsome. And I go, yeah, I know. I try to keep it contained, but it's hard sometimes. Also, probably should have taken energy considering the fledgling helper conundrum we have here. Which is that it's expensive. 2 energy per turn goes to this. Yeah, maybe. I also do have my draw though as well, and I do have a card I want to draw into. Old Magic. Yeah. And I should play Old Magic when it presents itself. Yeah, my scaling looks good though. Everything seems fine. I do need to remember to beef up these welder helpers. This is going to be a run, one of the first of its kind in a while, where I go to 0 magic shots. I don't remember when I did this last. However, I think it's been a while. We'll check Imp in the box for Transcend Imp in these. I should do that earlier. Take a quick Transcend Imp look. And I'm going to hope that the trinket shop that we're about to see passes me some sort of energy relic. There's a lot of them that they can show me. There's Queen's Tail, that works. There's Hell's Banners, that works. There's Flicker's Liquor, that works. Blood Angel doesn't work. Unbroken Horn also doesn't work. There's a few options though. Dealer's choice on what you show me. Fire Chomper's okay. That's actually an energy answer. And we'll take that. Don't need any of those. And I'm gonna go left here. We're gonna check the trinket shop first and foremost. Okay, nothing good. Endless plus 10 burnout 1. I'm gonna roll the trinket shop. Scorch Steel is interesting. How much is Scorch Steel? 15? Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of effort into making these welder helpers live here. If this is +5, +10, +25, it's cool. Okay, it's +25 is fine. And then I go by Scorched Steel. Buy this, Scorched Steel, and my welder helpers now both live. Good enough. You can probably get rid of a pair of primitive molds here and be alright. I am unbelievably tempted to click this horde, because there's so many relics that are so good. I'm willing to do it. Oh god, Impsicle? This is like the opposite of what I need. I'm in, let's do it. I need a way to play more imps, not more imps to play. Well, what can you do? What am I supposed to do? Skip it? Ugh. In your dreams, maybe. Open the box says no Pyre Chomper today. That's alright, we go welder helper into the pool. The faster I can get more space for this run, the better. Get Pyre Chomper in the pool as well. Pyre Chomper becomes a reformable unit that is great for my energy. Like we scale up with the fight duration because we get to put in these old magics. Damage output feels like it should be higher. If this were old important work, I'd be fine here though. But overall, the Pyrestone housing looks to have been a waste. I'm going to grab Pyre Chomper here. Bring him back. So I should play the Pyre Chomper here, and I should play the Impish Scholar here. Because it would have been cool. But I mean, we'll do it again, I suppose. Pyre Chomper. Nothing really interesting. I mean, the Molting Imp is insane. I thought it was a big amount of saving. But I was looking for Transcend, right? You know. Oh god, I super fed that guy. I gave him 3 imps. Freaking smorgasbord over there. My man's eating good Applebee's. He's eating good in the neighborhood. Is that slogan terrible? Wait, is that slogan god awful? It's eating good in the neighborhood? I think that slogan is awful. Has anyone told Applebee's? Hey guys, I regret to inform you that your slogan is god awful, please get a new one. I'll call him. Put me on the phone with Applebee's, I'll call him right now. Oh yeah, that can happen. I have alloy. That is true. It's eating good in the neighborhood. But like, I don't feel like you would have an Applebee's in your neighborhood. Inherently, Applebee's would be in more of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Not urban. Applebee's would be in a more... not really metropolitan, but like... okay, you know how in City Skylines you like section areas off as like residential and industrial and things like that? Applebee's would go in the blue section, which is for business and comp. Applebee's would not go in the residential. Although maybe you would consider... I'm getting extremely sidetracked here by this thought about Applebee's eating good in the neighborhood. Like I'm so gone right now. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the neighborhood to me is just like the collection of houses near which you live. So, but there wouldn't be an Applebee's there, like in a suburb. Or like on the street you live on. The Applebee's would be on like a main street. Or cars traffic. I think. No, I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I gotta stop myself. I can't go on. Hello, Divinity. Let's begin. You're never gonna believe it, but I'm playing top 4. You're gonna believe it. Now, it doesn't matter that these imps die getting thrown or not, it just matters that they die. The Divinity also does 11 because I took so many pack charts. That's beside the point. I say with intent. It is beside the point. Ah, shit, he does 11. Balder Helper only has 11 HP. My entire plan. I have a Pyre Chomper in here, though. Oh, that's the whimsical blessing and a curse, isn't it? I'm thinking about doing some weird descend move, but I don't think it's good. I'm gonna go do that, I guess. Clear the damage shield and then get him out of there. I bet these pack shards are gonna actually mess me up a little bit. I got the plus 25 Fledgling and Helper to help out, I suppose. It's so odd, isn't that? Maybe you don't think so. But it all feels rather odd to me right now. I want to get these units killed when I can get them cleared out. We're barely hanging in there. This troubles me. This is where I took old magic for. Transcendent. It's good to dream. You can always fish scholar. Transcendent. Hey, it worked. What'd I tell you? Never give up on your dreams. It makes our life significantly easier. Also, this is troubling. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. This is troubling. I'm gonna make room. Oh jeez. Okay. I mean, as long as I don't pull a molded, everything is fine. If I pull a molded off of the top, which I'm gonna look for, I guess. It gets really fucky. Okay. Everything's alright. Don't go to bottom floor, though. My man lives. We're making a bastion down there. I'm gonna throw a fledgling and bat in. They're just gonna wipe out the planet. No, I can't. I didn't do the math. I just kind of eyeballed it, and I said to myself, yeah, that looks like enough. I was right, so, you know. It did, in fact, enough. Oh, but now if I add something more, I'm gonna give too much. It's like, it was enough, and then I added the second welder helper. Actually, I guess I should have put him bottom floor. Let's see what else we draw. Oh no. Oh dear. Really? It didn't kill this redirector? I guess it's just a number of hits problem. When you get down to it there. Ooh, fledgling imps? No! Oh, I could have had so much rage. But yeah, we hit 3 enemies and they die. And that's basically the whole line right now. Hit 3 enemies, those enemies die. Anything else, not within my purview. Ember Drain. I mean, I would like to. You know what? Let's do the thing that looks exciting. I'm gonna make the fun play. I'm gonna take the 3 damage, and in taking that 3 damage, we're going to give ourselves 1 more space and then have a cool turn here. Like, look what I get to do because of that. Are you watching? If you're not watching, you'll probably want to watch this turn, because it's going to be pretty grody. I mean, maybe it's not going to be that grody here, actually. Maybe you don't need to look. I'll let you know. It's not that grody. Although, then I bring back an Impish Scholar again. Brings back another Imp in a box, which gives me another Pyre Chomper. Add 3 more Welder Helpers to the freaking pile right here, am I right, fellas? Oh yeah. I got a lot of dead Imps. I have thrown many Imps at the Divinity today. What is it? It's like a 1 in 23? Okay. But if I hit it, though, it would have been like, you go nuts there. Lose your freaking mind to that one. Oh, I just dazed the Divinity on this turn. I was about to, like... I was about to do something unnecessary. Yeah, that's just better. You'd rather 120 on the spikes enemy? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It has a little spikes. Like, the run is over. Don't get it twisted here. The run is very over. We won. Yeah. 696 times 2. It's an imp run. And you know what? An enjoyable imp run at that. One more for the road, alright? One more for the road. Before I send you on your way, and I hope you have a good day. One final imp to finish it out. I think that what I want to see here now, and I'm going to do this. I believe if I put this fledgling imp here, and this transcend imp here. Yeah, so if this top 4 didn't exist, I would still win the fight because of this fledgling imp. Transcend imp, well, these 2 imps would stand against the Divinity. How zany. That's the combat preview is calculated per floor, regardless of if it dies on a different floor. You get to see that your units would survive the fight, even though they don't actually fight. Alright. That was a good one. Very enjoyable. No critical errors with OBS today either. I updated it, so hopefully no more of those. I don't think I'm going to do another one right now, though. I think I'm going to go back to studying. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.